Remain watching Northeast Express on HornbillTV. A massive rally participated in by 14 civil society organizations, CSOs, including several student and women organizations, was held in Imphal on Monday, demanding the postponement of the proposed census exercise in Manipur. The rally commenced from Didim ground along Airport Road and proceeded through various parts of Imphal before concluding at the Tau ground, Tangmeipan. Hundreds of participants carrying placards and banners joined the procession, raising slogans against the census exercise and urging the authorities to defer it until normalcy is restored in the state. Notably, the rally passed through several sensitive areas of the state capital without any obstruction from security personnel and remained peaceful throughout its course. Addressing the gathering and speaking to media persons, United Committee Manipur UCM President Shanta Nahakpam questioned the feasibility of conducting a fair and credible census while thousands of people affected by the ongoing ethnic conflict continue to live in relief camps across the state. They maintained that the prevailing circumstances are not conducive for an accurate enumeration process and argued that unresolved issues concerning internally displaced persons could significantly affect the reliability of census data. He stated that the 14 CSOs, along with several other organizations, have already submitted representations to the Registrar General of India and the Ministry of Home Affairs seeking postponement of the census exercise in Manipur. According to him, no response has been received from the RGI despite repeated appeals from various organizations. He alleged that the authorities appear determined to proceed with the census according to the existing schedule, a move strongly opposed by the participating organizations.
This rally all about? Who are the people participated? What is your objective now?
See, the rally is all about the updation of NRC and the demographic changes which happened in Manipur mainly after the signing of SU agreement in the state, along with the tripartite agreement of Government of Manipur and Government of India. Now, we as a people of Manipur, we are quite concerned about what Government of India thinks about the present situation in Manipur and our demand for a proper delimitation through NRC. Now, the Government of India has issued different statements, different gazette, where they have authorized a team or a committee to look after the different changes in the state. As per our opinion, such kind of gazette or such kind of committee will not be able to satisfy the people of Manipur, since we have a porous border. We have the scheduled tribe order which has been amended many times. Many of the tribes were listed after 2005. So in this public meeting, we'll try to find a resolution through which we can pressurize the Government of India and the Government of Manipur to bring about a proper solution of the state.
Thousands of people are still in relief camp. So how far this census exercise will be successful when thousands of people in the relief camp?
See, we have already written different letters to RGI. Not only us, not only the 14 CSO, but different club organizations have already written to RGI. RGI has not given a single response regarding that, which means that RGI is going to comply on its rule and it is going to go ahead with the census exercise, which we are objecting. Now it depends on, we are still left with, it's supposed to start in August. We are still left with 2 months, June, July. We are still left with 2 months. So this public meeting may take a resolution regarding such kind of activities which is being forcefully imposed upon the people of the state.
Any communication with the government, either with the Home Minister or the Chief Minister or Chief Secretary?
No, we don't have any communication with the Chief Secretary. We have not written anything to the government. We have only written to the authority, RGI and the Ministry of Home regarding this.
Thank you, Tam. All the best.
Assam Governor Amar Lakshman Prasad Acharya on Sunday paid homage to the state's martyrs at the Shahid Shraddhanjali ceremony organized by the Directorate of Sainik Welfare in Guwahati. The event was held to honor the brave soldiers and martyrs from Assam who laid down their lives in the service of the nation. Senior officials, members of the armed forces, ex-servicemen, Veer Nadis, and families of martyrs participated in the program and paid tributes at the memorial. Addressing the gathering, Governor Acharya highlighted the sacrifices made by the martyrs and stressed the nation's enduring gratitude towards them and their families. The Directorate of Sainik Welfare regularly organizes commemorative events to honor the contributions and sacrifices of serving and retired defense personnel as well as martyrs from Assam. During the occasion, families of the martyred soldiers laid wreaths in honor of their brave sons and husbands who made their sacrifices in the line of duty. The event also underscored the importance of supporting the families of martyrs and recognizing their sacrifices. Speakers of the program emphasized that the courage and commitment demonstrated by the armed forces continue to inspire future generations. European Union's ambassador to India, Herve Delphin, on Monday lauded Assam and expressed optimism as he arrived in Guwahati, accompanied by a high-level EU delegation for a two-day visit aimed at deepening the economic cooperation between the EU and Northeast states. A high-level Team Europe delegation of the European Union is visiting Guwahati, Assam on June 8 to 9 to advance collaboration opportunities of the European Union with Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim and Tripura, a press statement by the EU said on Sunday. It noted that the visit will focus on value chains across sectors where Europe and Assam and region as a whole share strong synergies, including renewable and green energy, sustainable urban infrastructure, healthcare and pharmaceutical, semiconductors and electronics, manufacturing, tea and agri-food processing, flavors and fragrances and Ayush. As per the statement, the European ambassador are scheduled to engage in a bilateral meeting with Assam's Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma, while business delegations led by the Federation of European Business in India, FEBI, will also hold discussions with state officials to identify trade and investment opportunities. Former militants of the National Liberation Front of Tripura (NLFT) and the All Tripura Tiger Force (ATTF) have announced a 72-hour statewide strike beginning June 12, alleging inordinate delay in the implementation of rehabilitation commitments made under the tripartite peace accord signed on September 4, 2024. Addressing a press conference in Agartala on Monday, leaders of the surrendered group said that agitation was aimed at drawing the attention of the centre and the Tripura government to the pending rehabilitation measures promised under the agreement. ATTF President Kalendra Debrama and NLTFT President Prasenjit Debrama alleged that the Rs 250 crore rehabilitation and development package announced for surrendered cadre has been yet to be implemented. They claim that the delay has left many former militants struggling for livelihood, healthcare and basic support. The leaders further alleged that the several surrendered members have died over the past months due to inadequate medical and financial assistance. Expressing dissatisfaction over the pace of implementation, they said that similar rehabilitation demands in the past had been addressed with a relatively short period, but no concrete progress had been made despite repeated appeals to the authorities. As part of the agitation, the surrendered groups will enforce a 72-hour strike from June 12 and stage road and rail blockades in Gowai and Tilamuri on the first day of the protest. They warned that the movement could be intensified if government fails to initiate dialogue and expedite implementation of accord. The proposed strike is expected to affect transportation and public movement in the several parts of the state.
Central government is a high authority as আমাদের ওয়েটনেস তিনটা স্টেটে আছে একজন হাই অথরিটি ওয়েটনেস এই দুইজন ওয়েটনেসে তার কোনো মূল্যায়ন নাই সেই কারণে আমরা আজকে সাংবাদিক সম্মেলন করতে বাধ্য হচ্ছে ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে আমাদের এখন সবচেয়ে বড় ধরনের সমস্যা দেখা দিচ্ছে আমাদের ক্যাডার্সরা এখনো অ্যাকসেপ্ট তো দূরের কথা রয়ে গেছে অ্যাকসেপ্টও হয়নি, তারপর ডকুমেন্টও হয়নি, আমার পূর্বে যে প্রেসিডেন্ট বলে গেছে এটা পাস কেটে দিয়ে দেয়। কারণ যে কোনো একটা সরকার আমাদেরকে ব্যবস্থা করে দিতে হবে, যেহেতু আমরা উভয় দিকে আমরা একত্র হয়ে আমরা একমত হয়ে আমরা সেন্ট্রাল গভর্নমেন্টে আমরা অ্যাগ্রিমেন্ট করেছি। কিন্তু এখানে যার সাথে আমরা সেন্ট্রালে গেছে এসআইবি থেকে, এসআইবি ডিপার্টমেন্ট, আমরা মোবাইল করলেও তারা রিসিভ করা নাই, কথা বলতে চাইলেও সাক্ষাৎ করতে চাইলেও তারা সাক্ষাৎ করতে চাই নাই।
उसमें डोनर गाइडलाइन दिया है, तो उसमें एग्रीमेंट में कोई डोनर का कोई गाइडलाइन नहीं है उसमें, तो डोनर गाइडलाइन कहाँ से आ गया अभी? तो चलो डोनर गाइडलाइन ही दिया गया, उसमें एक कमिटी बैठाना है, जितना रिप्रेजेंटेटिव है उनको सभी कमिटी में लाना है, उन लोग कमिटी में नहीं लाया, तो बिना कमिटी का से उन लोग क्या किया, अंदर से हम लोग का पास ये है कॉपी भी है, लेकिन मैं अभी नहीं लाया है। तो प्रोजेक्ट बनाया गया दूसरा जगह में, वो स्पेसिफिक अभी पता नहीं है, बाद में ऐसे मालूम हो जाएगा आप लोग। तो उसमें हम लोग का कोई सिग्नेचर नहीं है, हम लोग का प्रोजेक्ट बनाया हुआ नहीं है, उन लोग खुद इंडिविजुअल ट्राइबल वेलफेयर डिपार्टमेंट का तरफ से वो प्रोजेक्ट बना के ले जा रहे हैं। तो ये मांग हम लोग का है, ये हम लोग नहीं चाहता है, डोनर गाइडलाइन को चेंज करना पड़ेगा। और हमारा जो एफर्ट करके लाया है, जो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव लोग का सिलेक्शन से बेनिफिशियरी को उस हम लोग डेवलप के लिए दे सकता हूँ। इसीलिए हमारा मांग है सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को जल्दी से जल्द वो हम लोग वो डोनर गाइडलाइन को कैंसिल करे और हमारा डिमांड को सक्सेस करे। तो इसीलिए हम लोग, अगर हम लोग हमारा बात नहीं माना, हमारा लेटर को रेस्पॉन्स नहीं दिया, इसलिए हम लोग डिसीजन लिया है, मीटिंग किया, एनालिटी एंड एटीट्यूड डिसीजन लिया, हम लोग रास्तों में बैठना पड़ेगा, काटा लोगों का प्रेशर है, चलो क्या करूं, बैठना ही पड़ेगा बोल के हम लोग सब एक्सेप्ट हुआ है। तो 12 तारीख 6 और ये 2026 हम लोग 3 जगह में सिलेक्शन किया है अभी, एक हुआई रोड नेशनल हाईवे, एक टेलीमेरा रोड नेशनल हाईवे और एक ट्रेन।
Bharatiya Janata Party Manipur Pradesh President Shraddha Devi on Monday filed her nomination papers for the Rajya Sabha elections 2026 at the Manipur Legislative Assembly Secretariat, backed by 20 members of the Manipur Legislative Assembly. The nomination filing was attended by Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand Singh, Rajya Sabha MP Lishyampa Sanjaupa, Assam MLA Dr. Rajdeep Roy, several MLAs and senior PJP leaders. According to the nomination documents, Shraddha Devi's candidature was proposed through 3 separate nomination forms signed by legislators from across the state, including Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand Singh, former Chief Minister N. Biren Singh, Home Minister Govindas Kontojam and other MLAs. Speaking to media persons after filing her nomination papers, Shraddha Devi said that the women's empowerment would remain her foremost priority and assured that issues concerning women would be strongly raised in Parliament if elected. She stated that women continue to play a vital role in the society and nation building and stressed the need for a greater representation of women in decision-making processes. She said her candidature represents not only a personal milestone but also an opportunity to highlight the concerns, aspirations and rights of women at the national level. In his first official tour of Manipur's Hill District since assuming office, Director General of Police Mukesh Singh on Monday visited Kangkokpi and Senapati, where he reviewed the security situation, engaged with community leaders and reaffirmed the police force's commitment to impartial law enforcement and the restoration of peace. Accompanied by Additional Director General of Police Law and Order Larry Dorje Lato, the DJP held detailed meetings with senior police officers to assess the prevailing law and order situation, operational preparedness, security challenges and ongoing policing efforts. He also reviewed the performance of district police units and discussed strategies to further strengthen security mechanisms. Addressing reporters, Mukesh Singh said the visit was undertaken within a week of taking charge as the state's police chief to gain a first-hand understanding of group realities and public concerns. During the visit, the DGP interacted with officials of the district administration, Central Armed Police Forces and representatives of various Kuki and Naga civil society organizations to hear their concerns and suggestions. Mukesh Singh, a 1996 batch AGMUT cadre, IPS officer and IIT Delhi graduate in civil engineering, has previously served in several key assignments including the National Investigation Agency, Indo-Tibetan Border Police, Jammu and Kashmir Police and as Director General of Police of Ladakh.
This is my seventh day in office, and the reason for my visit to Kangkokpi and Senapati was the existing law and order situation here. I have accompanied by my ADG Law and Order, and I have interacted with civil society groups in both Kangkokpi and in Senapati, and also with the district SPs who are here. They have briefed me about the current situation and the steps to be taken to deal with the situation. There are some realignments of the security forces which will happen depending on the feedback of the district SPs. And I have also taken feedback from the civil society groups and taken their concerns, and I'll make efforts to address these concerns as soon as possible.
And so you have stressed impartial and professional policy. So how can you ensure that policy is being done fair and mature for all communities in Manipur?
Of course, the police is supposed to be fair and impartial, and my instructions to everybody is to deal with every case in an impartial manner. Our actions will be neutral, and any violation of law will be dealt with as per the legal practice.
So as your tenure began, what kind of relationship do you hope the police will build with the public?
A police-public relationship in the past has suffered some changes, but I hope with the new policy in place, with the community outreach programs, we will be able to gain the confidence of people.
Also, and lastly, many officers have been remembered for the cases that handled. So how do you want your tenure to be remembered, as by the cases that you manage or by the peace that you have built?
Of course, the larger aim is to ensure that peace prevails in the state, and that is what my primary aim will be.
An anti-drug protest in Guwahati's Arya Nagar area turned violent on Sunday afternoon, leaving several people injured, including civilians, media personnel and a police official. A vehicle was also vandalized during the clash. According to reports, local residents had gathered in Arya Nagar to protest against the alleged sale of illicit ganja in the locality. However, the situation escalated after the protest reportedly took a communal and linguistic turn, with allegations being made regarding the identity of the suspected drug peddler. As tensions mounted over the Bihari Assamese issue, two groups confronted each other, leading to a violent clash in the area. The confrontation resulted in injuries to several individuals, including members of the media covering the protest and a police official who was present at the scene. Visuals from the area showed chaos on the streets, with damaged vehicles and security personnel attempting to bring the situation under control. Police intervened to disperse the crowd and prevent further escalation. Authorities are investigating the incident and have appeared residents to maintain peace and refrain from spreading rumors. Additional security personnel have been deployed in the area to prevent any further unrest. tension flared at New Haven in Manipur Sukhrul district on Sunday evening after security personnel reportedly fired tear gas shells during a confrontation with Naga women protesting the presence of an Assam Rifles outpost in the area. The incident comes amid an ongoing dispute over a temporary Assam Rifle post established at New Haven, which local organizations claim falls under the jurisdiction of Shokwa village. According to community representatives, the outpost was set up without prior consultation with or permission from the village authority. Earlier, the Kato Katmanau Long Kato Students Union, Kato Long, and the Kato Women Organization Coordination Committee KWCC had jointly condemned the deployment of Assam Rifles personnel at the location. In a joint communique, the organizations alleged that the establishment of the outpost violated the provisions of the Manipur Village Authorities in Hill Areas Act 1956 and undermined the authority of the village administration. Local sources claim that repeated appeals by the village authority and community leaders seeking to withdrawal of security personnel from the area had not yielded any response. They maintained that the opposition was not against security measures as such, but against what they described as a disregard for established village authority procedure and local consent. According to local accounts, women from the area were at the forefront of Sunday's protests and confronted security personnel stationed at the outpost. During the standoff, tear gas shells were reportedly fired to disperse the gathering. No injuries were immediately reported. The three organizations had earlier directed the Assam Rifle personnel stationed at the New Haven to withdraw from the area and warned that any untoward incident arising from the continued presence would be the responsibility of the force. There was no immediate official statement from the Assam Rifles or the district administration regarding the reported use of tear gas or delegations surrounding the establishment of the outpost. Independent verification of the claims made by the organization was not immediately possible. The situation remained tense on Sunday evening as community organizations continued to press for the withdrawal of security personnel from the disputed location.
New Haven, it's in Shokwa village. The women folk from the village. They are here without the consent, so that's why the women folk, they came here and
They have a lead at the grace of the lead. We have the lead, Assam Rifles. The dollar 11 is one.
That's all we have for now. Keep watching Hornbill TV.